Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, no, easy. Gun.
Get him.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Cut it.
Bring up 48.
Hey, check. 3 down.
First down. Here's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. After the sack on first down, Cousins is going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
Let's go, baby.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Haskins to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Third down. Here's Haskins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
It's our time. It's our time. 51.
Cousins now. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Matt Ioannidis able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Thompson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Haskins to throw it. To Thompson on the screen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. They need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Cousins to throw it. Rolling to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. It's complete. Abdullah. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky 48. Black.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. It's brought in by Dodson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Josh Dodson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Thompson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check. Watch 54. Go on.
To throw on 3rd down, Haskins. That's caught by Trey Quinn. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Cousins. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, no. Line 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 1st down, Thompson. And it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Switch gears.
3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.